So far we have paired the hors d'oeuvres with wine. We learned how to hold the wine glasses. We learned about the wine history in Armenia. We learned about ArmAs Winery. It's a huge company. When you go to Armenia, it's a must-see place. So now let's move on. Let's start cooking our dinner. We're going to cook mussels today, but I cooked mussels last week and I also posted that for you to see it in details. The instructions are in details. I'll put the link down below for you to follow it. Today we are going to do this quickly because it's not all about food, it's food with wine. So we are going to learn about wine, how to pair mussels with wine. And Victoria, you're on again.
All right, so well, actually I always cook with wine and sometimes I put it in the food.
That's what we're going to do today. We're going to put ArmAs wine with our mussels, so we're going to cook with wine.
Nice, so I've chosen as a pairing with the mussels our Voskehat, the Voskehat white dry wine. This is an excellent wine. It's very, very elegant, it's light, it's fresh, it's crispy, it has a perfect minerality and also some, if you can smell, fruits and spices. So there's, for instance, apple, thyme, rosemary, get a little bit of even a hint of pear. You might kind of get that. But basically, why I think this is an excellent pairing is because the minerality of the wine complements. Yeah, it complements the briny texture of the mussels, and then the fruitiness of it, and the apple aromas really contrast actually the meat of the mussels. So I think this is an excellent pairing, light, crisp.
And we are going to taste it at the table, so we'll see you at the table too. But let's get cooking. Let's start cooking. Cheers to you guys. Now we have to turn, this is an induction oven and induction cooktop, and it's going to cook pretty fast. I'm going to put it on a medium. What we need to do, just add a little bit of oil. This is about 4 to 6. Because we have more than 3 pounds of mussels. This is about 6 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to add a little bit of a butter to that. We have our butter here. I have added the oil and the butter. Now I'm going to add the garlic and onions. And we are going to saute garlic and the onion. Once it releases the aroma, the garlic, then we will add the wine. It's okay. This is 1 big onion and about 6 to 7 cloves of garlic. I'll make this higher. Since it's induction, it's kind of hard to tell. It cooks so fast. We have a fettuccine pasta. I'm going to cook both at the same time because it cooks so fast. And Victoria, now tell us about your experience in Beijing. I understand you had been a judge there.
Yes, I was invited by the Asian Wine and Spirits. It was the first Asian Wine and Spirits competition. It was right outside of Beijing. And they were in collaboration with also Symposium de Bruxelles. And what made it an just amazing experience is that they had invited wine experts, connoisseurs, and masters of wine from all over the world to judge. And from Armenia, they had invited me, which was quite the honor. But what was wonderful about it is that I got to meet all of these people, and again, to these people who are image makers in the wine world, introduce our wines and what's happening in Armenia. And in terms of masters of wine, for instance, there's only been like 350 or so ever. And so to have more than a dozen of them over there was quite a treat. And there was also a competition where our wines did very, very well. We got 4 gold medals and 2 silver medals, so it was quite an experience.
And you were one of the judges.
I was one of the judges, but of course not for my own category. Not for my own category. But yes, it was the first time that I judged a wine competition, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful. But again, first and foremost, because I got to meet these amazing people, and some of them we invited to Armenia. And any time that someone, especially people who have lisaran, who have a
Audience.
yes, who have an audience, and who have an audience, when they're introduced to what's going on in Armenia, they help us spread the word. So any such event is a very, very big deal when done properly. And also one of such event was the World Wine Symposium, which took place at the Blvd Hotel in Lake Como. So once a year, they bring in again wine connoisseurs, wine lovers, journalists, producers, few distributors, but it's mostly producers, journalists, and connoisseurs, again, from all over the world. And we had the privilege of this Bosquehat wine was featured in one of the master wine classes of rare grapes, because Bosquehat is one of the oldest grape varieties in the world that's still being used today. So it's actually featured in a book called Wine Grapes, which was penned by Jancis Robinson, Master of Wine, and Jose Bulemos, who actually helped us in Italy. And once again, another opportunity to meet people and present the renaissance of Armenian wine there and help spread the word. So it was quite an honor.
It seems like it was a great experience.
It really, really was. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, now that it released the aroma,
it smells so good. Wow.
I'm going to turn it down. I'm adding some pepper flakes. Last time I added a little more. Alex doesn't like too much of this, so I'm going to be very careful with that. Now I'm adding the parsley stems. The stems, we don't throw it away, we just use it with this dish. It gives a nice taste to it. And parsley, we will use it at the end. Now that it released the aroma, we are going to add the wine. And Victoria, which wine you had for us for this dish?
Well, we can do the one we are drinking, or
I
I
think
think
I
actually-
use the one that you drink, right?
and that's what we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we'll use. Turn it a little up.
Gangun would be great as well. The very
Gangun?
first one.
Should we do the gangun or this? Which one?
Let's go with this.
This one. So we're using the ARMAS, which
Bosquehat,
Bosquehat.
white dry wine. Yes.
ARMAS Bosquehat white dry wine. Actually, I'm going to finish it off. I'll turn it back on again and bring it to simmer. Then we will add the mussels. It's getting warm and it's opening up, so I have to rush it. With mussels, you have to be very careful. Everything was closed and we kept it in a refrigerator. The ones that is opening, the one that opened and it doesn't close when you knock on it, then you discard it. Okay, it starts simmering. Now I'm going to add all my mussels. And water, we had some ice underneath. And this doesn't take long. Once all the mussels are open, then it's done. There's a little bit of a ice water there, so I don't want to use that. Okay, now we'll close this. time we open it, all the mussels will be opened.
How long does that take?
About 5 to 7 minutes. Yeah, it doesn't take long. Let's see. Our pasta is cooking too. I think this is almost done. It will be done at the same time because I put it together. Pasta doesn't take long too, so it cooks at the same time. Should we take a break until this is ready?
If by take a break you mean drink more, yes.
Yeah, let's drink more. We're getting hungry and we are getting anxious to finish this and taste it. So,
Right, no, I certainly am. This smells. I
and
wish
I'm
you
getting
could smell.
thirsty. Cheers, you guys.
Mm.
Oh, we also have a garlic bread in the oven. I hope it's not going to burn, so I'm going to turn it off. Okay, this is done too.
Are you gonna mix these together, the pasta and the mussels and?
What I'm going to do, I'm going to separate the mussels, then I will put the pasta in the same bouillon
Nice.
and add the parsley and it's done.
Mm. Mm.
Simple
Okay.
yet delicious. I think this will be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take this out and plate it.
I will move the wines to the table.
I love getting the way it cooks.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had this in my house. By the way, Eggersman showroom is a very high-end showroom. They pay attention to detail, and all their cabinets have exotic stone and wood veneers. They are located in Beverly Hills. And if you need any help, if you're in the market looking for high-end cabinetry, this is the place to come. I'm going to get a plate for this, and then we'll plate this. This looks so delicious. I'm getting hungry by looking at it. There it is. For the full video presentation of how to cook mussels with fettuccine pasta, please follow the link down below.
Cheers, everyone. Bon appetit.
Cheers. So many choices.
Yes.
Let's economy bumper so we learned. To your left.
There we go.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Salud.
We cooked our mussel and with fettuccine pasta. Now we are going to taste it and we're going to pair it with ARMAS wines. And Victoria is going to tell us why she chose the wine that she chose for this food. Your own, Victoria.
Yes. So actually I've chosen 3 wines and I just wanted to show how 3 of these wines can be an excellent pairing, and it depends on the style that you personally prefer. So we have our white, the Bosquehat, the Rosé and the Armenian. Now, the rosé, it's perfect with any summer salads as we have here, and it's very, very versatile. This is not the pale pink Provence rosé that you're used to. This is actually made from a very unique grape variety, the Carmerahut grape, where the juice inside is red. So it has a lot of the flavor of the red, but you drink it cold and it's light and it's crispy and it's fresh. So it's also an excellent pairing with the pasta, not just the salad. The white, of course, as I was mentioning, it very much complements the mussels because the minerality complement the briny flavor of the texture of the mussels, and then the green apples and flavors and aromas that we have dine, it really contrasts and brings out the taste of the mussels. And the Armenian, which is similar to a Pinot Noir, it's a lighter red, and it's kind of like adding a little bit of pepper to the dish because it has really lovely notes of pepper. So, you know, you don't necessarily have to have a white with fish and then red with steak. Depending on the kind of wine that you choose, with, let's say, a lighter red, it's an excellent pairing with the pasta and the mussels as well.
So what order do we go now?
Generally from left to right, but then back and in between, whichever you prefer. Whichever you prefer.
Do we mix red and white
Yes,
together?
you may, as long as they're both of good quality. I get that question a lot. Is it okay to mix? Yes, it's okay to mix as long as they're all good quality. A general rule of thumb is you go from lighter, not just lighter color, just lighter wines to heavier wines, and then to sweet, and then to brandy.
Okay, bon appetit.
Bon appetit, thank you.
And we'll see you when we start pairing our dessert with wine. So, cheers. See you in a little bit.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Bon appetit. With this, we will conclude this part of the wine pairing presentation. I hope you will find this interesting, and I hope you learned the basics of wine pairing techniques. If you like this video presentation, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and also share it with your friends. And wait, we haven't finished our wine pairing presentation yet. There is another part 2 of 2, and it's coming next Sunday. We are going to pair dessert with wine, and also we are going to make a cocktail. I invite you all to join us again next Sunday. And thanks again for joining us today. Cheers to you guys. Genat in Armenian. Have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and wonderful life. Bye-bye.